Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin. As you can see here, well, Bitcoin is moving. This move is something we were expecting, right? Remember what I said to you actually yesterday. I said to you, well, let me show you here. We have Bitcoin here testing the support, key support here around $94,000, $84,000, 83 around here. And Bitcoin, if actually is bullish, like actually I said to you, I am bullish, right? I was expecting a bounce here, right? So where actually my long position, I opened my long position around here. Of course, my target was around MA55 here. Of course, in my case, what I did yesterday is I said something like this. It was my entry around like this, and I closed my position around $87,000. And the reason is because my plan was looking for a pullback in 4-hour chart, but that didn't happen. As you can see here, even with the buy sell signal here in 1-hour chart, Bitcoin instead just was in sideways here, and after that is again here at $92,000. Actually, this is very good. I am expecting a breakout. Why I'm expecting a breakout? Because it's a ABC formation. Remember what I said to you yesterday. I am looking for a ABC correction, right? Where the C usually is the strongest one, and usually sometimes Bitcoin in the last moment is just pumping like a crazy. All the people are in FOMO, and after that crash, right? So right now I'm looking for this wave, and actually it's looking like actually Bitcoin is getting ready for a breakout here, because now we are above the MA55, MA100, and in few hours, I think a couple hours, we will be above $93,000. Breaking $93,000, I am looking for $97,000, 98, and game over after that. What I'm saying game over is very simple, because Bitcoin in 1-day chart is actually running out of time. As you can see here, sell line is about to be tested, ADX negative here. The sell signal, the buy signal is still present. Yes, it's still present, but well, this is just gonna be a test, a bounce to keep falling, where the wave number C, it should be around here. And after that, of course, volatility is contracting here. I saw this many times, where you see the buy signal here in the last moment here, Bitcoin pumping here, Bitcoin here in sideways here, and after that, finally correction and continuation. So what I'm doing right now, is very simple. Right now in 1-hour chart, I came here, and what I did is, okay, now Bitcoin is above the MA100, MA155, and also the MA55. So what I did right now is I didn't share this trade in my trading journal here. I will do that because I did it in this morning. It's a bit risky, honestly, because I don't play breakouts here. But when I saw the buy signal here in 4-hour chart, the buy signal fired around here. So what I did is here, okay, I'm gonna open just a small position here, only a small position, not my full amount, like a normal amount I used, and I will just play this potential bounce here, continuation to $97,000. Of course, it's risky. Risk management is very important, so that's why my stop loss is around 90K. Around, as long as Bitcoin is above 90K, everything should be fine. Why I did it is because Bitcoin totally ignored the 1-hour chart sell signal, and also there is no average divergence here. As you can see here, there is nothing here right now. Bitcoin is playing the 1-day signal here, the buy signal here, and the C wave, this C wave. Let me show you here, this C wave here, corrective wave. That's the thing around here. Let me show you around this area. Actually, I'm looking for this breakout here to happen potentially today and tomorrow, maybe. Now, invalidations is very simple. If Bitcoin actually close below $90,000 in the next 24 hours, well, the projection is going to be different. The projection is just going to be sideways, and it's going to be very bad, because actually Bitcoin will just print a sell signal in 4-hour chart and 1-day chart as well, and after that $75,000 welcome, yeah, new lows. are I will start expecting new lows. So that's why I am bullish here. This move is the last move. I am looking for this move to happen here. It's around from here around 8% move. Actually, it's very the risk reward is very good. If I am correct, well, this week we should see $98,000 as long as Bitcoin is pumping today and tomorrow. Okay, so now of course the market is following, right? The market is following, as you can see here. Everything is green. Everything is green right now. So well, what I can tell you, like for example, Ethereum in 4-hour chart is testing the MA55. Same following Bitcoin. I think right now Bitcoin is leading the market right now in crypto. As you can see here, it's exactly the same pattern here, ABC, and where the 1-day chart is around 1,400. Let's see, actually we can see it. Same thing. This is actually a bull trap, my friend. Yeah, it's a bull trap. This move, if we see this move, ABC is gonna be a bull trap because the time is not enough, right? So remember, we have here a potential buy signal in weekly chart forming, yes, but Bitcoin can be, Bitcoin could be here months between 97, 98 around here, and also $80,000 for at least 2 or 3 months, all December, all January. Okay, so let me show you here in 2021, for example, here Bitcoin here in 2021, Bitcoin exactly the same thing as 2025, tested the MA55, and after that in only 3 weeks we saw this bounce here, and after I got rejected, and after another month here, you see, in sideways, and finally 2 months and a half, another bounce, and after that a major crash, and after that another maybe 3 months just crashing, right, and in sideways, and here is when actually the bottom was already in. So that's why here 2 months, around 3 months, another 3 months here. So easily Bitcoin easily could be here between 80K to $97,000, 98 around 2 months, maybe December, January, maybe February even, like doing something like this, right? So, something like this. Remember what I said to you yesterday, if you are bullish, well, you want to see the buy signal here, ADX negative here, and Bitcoin not just only breaking, testing the 97, 98, must close above, not just this level, actually must close above 100K, and continuation after that. Actually, for me, is very difficult. Actually, we will see it, as I said before. I cannot call the bear market. Technically speaking, we are actually in a bear market right now, the beginning, but we need confirmation. Okay, I cannot tell you right now we are in a bear market. No, we are about to start the bear market if only if Bitcoin gets rejected by this level, $97,000, maximum 100K around this area. If Bitcoin gets rejected by this area, game over, and of course the next area, as I said before, is going to be $75,000. I don't see a crash this week, as I said before. My only one concern is actually if Bitcoin lose $90,000. Any close below $90,000, game over, and you will see right now the crash. The ABC correction is the ABC bounce actually is not going to happen, and you will see sideways here and eventually sell signal here. Honestly, I don't think so. I think it's gonna keep bouncing here. Now, okay, let's see 12-hour chart. Okay, 12-hour chart is about to test the MA55 here. For me, that better divergence here. This is bullish. I'm looking for $94,000 here, an extension to 95, 96. Same thing. Actually, as you can see here, is not exact. Not because it's testing the MA55. In that second, you enter in short. No, look at this here. This is the MA55 here, and after that, we saw maybe 2-3 days above there, 3% more, and after a rejection. Same thing here could happen. We see the MA55 here, 3% from here, 3% is around $97,000, right? So that's why be careful here. The biggest mistake I saw many times people who are actually want to use my system of trading, in the moment they see the MA55 tested, they want to enter in short or they want to enter in long. No, big mistake. What you want to do is very simple. When you see the asset testing the MI55 here, you don't do anything. The only thing you have to do is just, okay, I'm gonna just set this like, I'm gonna create a box here, and I'm gonna just wait for what? Wait for the confirmation. We have resistance here, yes, but we don't know if it's actually a resistance. We need to see if we have a sell signal here, we have the ADX negative here, and also volume is forming a better divergence, or is actually losing volume. Yes, and that moment is when you actually enter in short or in long position and you are looking for pullbacks. It's not exactly, sometimes it could happen like this one, right? Like just a test and suddenly a quick rejection. But it's just an exception, right? Exceptions are not the rule, right? Yeah, I mean, exceptions are not the rule. They are just exceptions, okay? So now that's why I am bullish, still bullish, yeah, looking for this bounce around $98,000 potentially this week. If I am correct, remember this formation is ABC correction, bounce, like actually I was talking about this yesterday, well, this week, something like this, right? Something like this, where the wave C correction is actually the strongest one. Of course, LOA theory is telling you, okay, it could be wave number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, like this to the moon, right? I don't think so. And why I don't think so? As I said before, yesterday, the monthly is very clear for me. The monthly is screaming for a bear market, okay? Of course, technically speaking, as long as Bitcoin is above 75K in the monthly, we are still in uptrend in monthly here. Bitcoin cannot lose this low, 75K. If we see this 75K broken, yeah, in the monthly we will enter in a bear market, where actually for me is going to be a huge buy opportunity here between 65 and 50K. Okay, so that's why as long as Bitcoin is above, is defending $80,000, and yeah, there is some hope. Yeah, there is some, I want to believe. No, I don't believe. I trade based on probabilities in the market. If I want to believe, I can go to the church. Okay, in the markets, this is a business. And in the business, of course, every time when you make some profits here, someone else in the world lose the money. Okay, that's why it's trading, right? You are trading something. Someone is winning. When you get something, someone is losing somewhere else. So that's why. Be careful here. If you want to open this long position, it's risky. Usually I don't do that because I am playing the way number C. Okay, way number C. Okay, risk management is of course is very important. If I am looking for this potential breakout here, right? I am the long position actually for me was here like this, and because it's 4-hour chart, is below the volume profile around 1.5. This is usually my stop loss. It's very good actually because it's below the volume profile here, as you can see here, and of course the area of taking profits around $97,000 around here. The win rate, the risk and reward is 4th actually, is very good. Okay. Okay, so now that's why, well, this is my technical analysis. And one more thing, remember what I said to you, Zcash is a scam, right? I knew that coin since 2017, it's the first generation. And I want to show you why you have to be very careful with this kind of garbage. Let me show you this. Let me show you this thing. I'm gonna just remove this one. Look at this crash. You see, this is a pump and dump. Remember what I said to you, this is a pump and dump, right? And now it's crashing to zero, you see? So that's why be careful here when you are buying something. I know many of you, I don't know, well, many people, they like to buy something based on fundamentals and these kind of things. I respect that, yes. I did it sometimes, yes. There are some projects that are looking promising, but this one, no way. As you can see here, Zcash is down right now 60%. And I warn you, careful with this kind of garbage, right? I told you before, careful with this kind of garbage because it's very, very dangerous. Yeah. Technically speaking, it's very simple. We have a better variance right now here, right? In 1 day, and after that, sell signal here. But even with that, for example, the sell signal was here, and after Zcash bounce here, but volume is extremely important. Remember, market makers, they can manipulate the price, the momentum, yes, but not the volume. The volume was screaming a crash. Watch this. This volume, the price is bullish, right? Looking from 400 to 700, almost 800 bucks. But the volume always was in negative territory. The volume was bouncing here, tested here the seller line as resistance, yep, or 50 line, in 50 actually is 50 level here, and after that here got rejected and crash, as you can see here. You see? Now, if you're thinking to buy Zcash here because it's looking 50% cheap, makes sense for me if the project is worth it. The question is this project worth it? Well, based on what I know about this thing, because I know this thing is coming from 2017, it was totally dead. Yeah, of course, this chart, I don't know why, but this is like this. 2017 is very old, very, very, very old. Okay, so be careful here. Be careful here. Okay. There are new projects. I will start talking about some projects, not technical analysis. This is gonna be new, right? I'm doing my research. I need your opinion, right? Because I am thinking to buy some altcoins for the next bear market in accumulation. Okay, I will break my rule. I don't want to share. I want your opinion because maybe you know better than me because I don't follow news. But there is only one altcoin is getting my attention based on, well, I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but based on the fundamentals. Oh my God, yeah, I say it. Oh my God, yes, yeah. Is this coin, Monad. Yeah, Monad here, as you can see here, I bought Monad here at 0.02 cents. Of course, I knew about this altcoin, this kind of this new L1. It's kind of like Solana for Ethereum, but well, something actually got my attention is this altcoin. The fees are extremely low. Even I think it's cheaper than Solana. But something I really like is like all the contracts of Ethereum are actually supported by this network. So in 2019-20, when Solana actually, fix me if I am wrong, but Solana got the adoption of Solana is because the lowest transactions in that time, right? The fees super small, super cheap and super fast. Well, same component. I saw this because remember I am engineer as well, right? So I like building software, and when I say, oh, okay, let me see here. Oh, wow, this is interesting. And plus, this thing in Gate Exchange, it was released in 2024. In June, the peak was around almost $1.89, and since then just crashed, right? And this was very interesting. Let me show you why. Because technically speaking, I said, okay, in this exchange, I can do something like a small technical analysis. Let me show you here. We have here the momentum. The momentum here, the momentum is here, and the sell pressure is here, right? But the price, it didn't crash more, actually, just in sideways, and finally, I saw accumulation phase. This is the volume, right? And using just classic technical analysis here, we have two massive bars of volume here, okay? So this time here is when finally, maybe it was released, the mainnet, and finally people could buy. Well, I want to tell you something very risky, right? Because I don't have enough data. But the narrative in 2020 is Solana, it was very cheap. The transaction fees they are very cheap, blah blah blah. But it's in Rust. Oh my God, I don't know. If you are an engineer, I think maybe you know Rust is very difficult. When you write code there, it's very, very complicated. But you have a layer one, like actually is cheaper than Solana, faster, and plus you can use all the Ethereum contracts, it's actually attractive, at least for me. So that's why when I say, okay, so we have a bullish divergence here, and also we have accumulation phase. Okay, perfect. So that's why I decided this is the first one, the first altcoin I am planning to buy in the long term, potentially looking for the next bull run. It is the first one, and maybe the last, maybe the only one, because it's very risky, right? Some people ask me, hey, oh well, Sui is very good because of this, because of that, blah 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 blah. The problem with this kind of coins, they already had a massive bull run. You see, let me show you here. Yeah, so in 2024, this thing already pumped around 700%. So, well, maybe in some point it's gonna have another bull run here, but after maybe 3 or 4 years, I was looking for altcoins or new projects like they don't have this pattern, this bull run, right? So you see Vera, for example, here. This thing, is at $10, yes, and after I crashed to 0.96. From technical perspective, this is just garbage. But I don't know why I'm getting many DMs. This project is legit, is very good, blah blah blah. That's why I need your opinion. I need the opinion from the community. You know much better than me about this thing because I'm looking for new projects. I am planning to invest a little bit, just a little bit, in this kind of projects like they are promising for the next bull run. It will be nice, right? We can make 7,000%. But well, I know it's very risky. That's why I am not applying my technical analysis here, because what I can say with technical analysis here, nothing. This is not downtrend and it's just garbage. Also, the next one is Caspa, right? Caspa here, the same thing. Oh, it's very cheap. Yeah. But the bull run already happened. You see, from the bottom here to the top is 68,000%. You see, so that's why I was looking for maybe projects like they didn't have this run. So that's why I decided to buy Monan. Look at this one. Yeah, say same thing. Now it's very cheap, yes, but look at this. The bull run was 1,000%. So when I said, okay, this one, we don't have bull run. This is just the launch day. The launch day was today. Well, I think in November 25th, I think. The official release in exchanges, and something got my attention is suddenly MetaMask, Phantom, many exchanges, they are supporting this network. So for me it was okay, this is interesting. Okay, I saw what happened in Solana in 2020, but this is not my technical analysis. Just I decided to share with you these kind of things because I am open. I want to show you. Yeah, if I get wrecked here, well, I will tell you anyway, right? It's okay. But all the thing I'm doing here, all the money I'm using here is money I am willing to lose, right? Same as trading. It's okay. Okay, now let's continue. If you know more projects, just let me know. Okay, just let me know. I want to know your opinions. If you are thinking this project is actually worth it, I would like to see why. Okay, now let's continue. Yeah, one of them is Hype actually. Yeah, I can tell you right now, Solana Hype, I am very bullish in the long term. Yeah, as an engineer, I am very bullish here. Yep. So I'm planning to buy Hype in the future. If you are in the investing channel, wait for that, because I'm gonna share with you in some point. I want to see the confirmation of Bitcoin in the bear market. In the moment when we have the confirmation of Bitcoin, we are in a bear market. You will see the investing channel very active, because I'm gonna start posting all my my picks, my top 10 picks. I did it in 2020. Now it's coming after 5 years. One more thing about the website. I remember I created a second version of the website. I'm sorry you cannot access right now to some of you cannot access to the memberships, the private content. I'm gonna fix it today. Maybe by tomorrow morning it's gonna be ready, so you will be able to access to the content. And remember, you have 3 ways. Patreon, you are supporting the channel. Second is you are an active trader. You can use Bluffing or Tobit. And as long as you have the volume, enough volume, monthly volume, you will get access for free to all the content in my channel, and also private content in the website, and also in the Discord. Okay. Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue. This is like this. This is like this. Remember what I said to you? But in the weekly chart, this is the resistance, $97,000 around here. Here. Let's see. Let's see what is going to happen. I think this week we will know if Bitcoin actually is about to test this level. Let's see. I am bullish. Yes. Defensive. Looking for a bull trap. Yeah, in one day chart. This thing I can smell a bull trap here, right? Something like this. People, the news will be bullish again. Oh my God, to the moon. And after that, I will be more than happy to open shorts, looking for another test here. And as I said before, sideways here and potential buy maybe here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, guys. Let's continue. Let's continue with other coins. For example, BNB. BNB. Let me show you here in one day chart. It's in sideways this thing. Yep, same as Bitcoin. Potentially maybe 940, 50. Yeah. Solana, same thing as Bitcoin. Actually, this one is worse. Careful with Solana. Solana is super weak. As you can see here, the time is almost over. Remember, the time is almost over. I'm gonna explain again. Thank you for the feedback. Actually, I am getting many positive comments about the way I'm explaining my system right now. I think with this indicator, I simplify a lot the rules because it's basically the same rules here and the same rules, but here you see momentum and here you see volume. Maybe actually is something we needed because yeah, volume was very complicated, very complex to read. I spent many years actually building this kind of how can I say this? Reading, understanding the volume, because this is actually based on OPB, right? So that's why I am very happy with this indicator. It's actually reducing a lot of noise and explanations are much better. Actually, explanation is much better, sorry. And also, I will continue explaining to you how to use my system. In my previous live stream, actually, I'm gonna do this. Maybe today I will do. Maybe this weekend, to be honest, I will cut some parts of the. Like I know I got very good feedback, and I will create sections in my channel where you can go and you can understand, for example, how to read the curve here. This and also the timing. Today, I'm gonna explain you something. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you how to use volume profile. Yeah, because one is actually is actually super requested. How I can use it, how I can set my stop loss, my resistance, and this kind of thing, support. I wanna know how to use volume profile because I can see you use it all the time, but I don't know how to do that myself. Okay, please stay here. I will explain you in maybe 5 minutes how to do that. Okay. But first, I will go with finally the stock market. We need to know what is going on in the stock market. First of all, let's see the SP 500. In one day chart, remember, the trend is your friend until the end. And this is like this, okay? This is like this. Of course, I'm expecting a crash, yes, but not now. You see, one day chart is still present here. Still, my system can be applied to any asset, any stock, as long as you have volume, okay? So, let me show you here, weekly chart. We have, well, there is nothing I can say. This thing is still bullish, at least sideways here. I am not expecting a crash. I am not expecting anything here. We have a low volume profile here. Maybe next year. Next year, we will see a correction. But I don't think so. Oh, wow. What is this? Oh, my God. Interesting. Okay, yeah, definitely we will see a correction next year. Let me show you. What is this? This candle. Do you know? Could you tell me in the comments? Maybe you know. But this is screaming a reversal, okay? This candle is screaming a reversal in the top, okay? In December, the stock market, the SP 500 must close around $7,000 to see invalidation. With this candle and also our various averagings in the monthly, the ADX we need the ADX negative here, yeah? Potentially we could see a major pullback in 2026, okay? Careful here, careful, especially you are investing right now in the stock market, because if you don't have a good risk management, well, you will be in trouble, right? So be careful here, be careful. Let's talk about, correct, it's a hammer, yeah. Okay, now let's continue with Adobe. Adobe here, I am bullish here. Bullish monthly is about to fire a buy signal here. Volume is about to cross here, and actually I am bullish here. I am bullish. I don't care what other people. Adobe is because Figma, because AI. I give a shit about it. I give a shit about news. Sorry my language, but yeah, I don't care. I don't care AI. I don't care the narrative. Oh, we are losing our jobs. I don't care. We have very obvious entries in volume, and volume here. You see, volume, and potential volume here. Entries, as you can see here. Here we don't have entries. The last entry in the monthly was here in 2011. Right now here, the second entry was in 2022, and finally another entry in 2025. Yeah. If we go to higher time frames, monthly, bi-monthly here, I am very bullish here. Let me show you this. I am very bullish here, looking for actually a major bounce in the following years. I don't care the narrative or AI. The trend is my friend until the end. The last time when Adobe, we had the opportunity to buy Adobe like around this level, it was in the crash of 2008. After that, second opportunity in 2012, and now is in 2023, and again in 2025, where we will see a potential buy signal very soon next year. Now, invalidations, yes. If we see a crash below 250, 260, yes, potentially we could start talking about maybe reversal. But honestly, I don't think so. Why? Because we have a bullish divergence in not just only in momentum. We have a bullish divergence, as you can see here. Let me remove this. We have a bullish divergence from this point in price action, from this point and this point and this point and this point, and also in volume we have a bullish divergence, as you can see here. So is this like this? No shorts. Okay. Now let's continue. Let's continue with Nvidia, because well, Nvidia, right? Oh my God, Nvidia is so bullish. Yes, and it's bullish. At least the Q1 2026, I'm looking for a continuation. As you can see here, we have about to cross this. Momentum is about to cross the center line here. The selling pressure is about to finish, as you can see here. So Nvidia is very, very strong. Like even it's not testing the MA55 here. So sideways here, sideways. If we are lucky and we see a test to the MA55, it's a buy opportunity, and after that, continuation to the upside. Okay. In 1-day chart, let me show you here. In 1-day chart is holding here, and textbook buy signal right now we have in this area. This is like this, sideways, remember, sideways, and this, okay? Buy signal in volume, buy signal in momentum, ADX negative, textbook buy entry here, okay? Now, let's continue. Let's continue with UPS. UPS in weekly chart, I am bullish, as I said before. Bullish divergence here, momentum is ADX is negative here, momentum is actually very good, volume is very good, and looking for around a 102 in the long term. Okay, Starbucks. Okay, I never seen a Starbucks actually. Let me see. Starbucks. It's my first time. Okay, it's my first time. I didn't know Starbucks has a stock. Okay, this is sideways. Sideways is just ping pong strategy. Just you buy here and you sell here. You buy here and you sell here. Right here. Yeah, it's very obvious. Let's see the monthly here. If we can see something interesting here. This is in sideways, my friend. This is sideways. There is no trend. It's flat. The moving average are flat, as you can see here. Yeah, there is no trend. Let's see higher time frames. Maybe something interesting is forming maybe in 3 months. Okay. Okay. This is getting ready actually to start a new trend. I will tell you the reasons. First of all, we are gonna see a buy signal here in 3 months. It's gonna take maybe 2 years, I think. And as you can see here, the last opportunity was in 2010 after the crash of 2008. As you can see here, the MA55, low volatility here, and well, as long as it's above $75, everything should be fine. Continuation, like to the upside. Okay, it's gonna take time because we don't have enough volume right now. Okay, I'm talking about the next 2-3 years. Okay, don't be confused like it's tomorrow. That's why I don't like the stock market, because you have to wait many years. I prefer Bitcoin, you know. Yeah, I want to feel like emotions. Yeah, very strong emotions, all the time. Yeah. And only in 2 days, Bitcoin just crashed 6% and bounced 6% only in 2 days. You see. Let's talk about gold. Gold, I am bullish here. I am bullish, as I said before. Every pullback you see here is a buy opportunity. Last one was here, around 2,950, 80. And now, as you can see here, is still inside. Even with the sell signal here present, the volume is actually good. Let me show you here the monthly. Remember what I said to you about gold. Gold is going to be bullish, and it's going to be bullish for the next 3, 4, 5 years. In the big picture, it's terrible for the stock market because in general, of course, the market makers, institutions, they are expecting the market, the stock market and Bitcoin, whatever, they will crash eventually. So that's why you see, let me show you this again. This is a massive breakout. You see, volume is very healthy, super healthy. ADX is very strong. This is a massive breakout here. And in average is every 5 years. I'm sorry, this bull run is gonna last at least 5 years. So that's why I am very bullish here. At least 2027, 2028, potentially we could see a pullback, but we are not there yet. Okay, now let's continue with the currencies. I am watching the USD, the Japanese, the yen. I am watching this because, well, I am worried about this coin because it's about to break. We will see potential. We could see a breakout. Any close, let me see. The next candle is in January. Any close about 160 this month, for example, in January 2026, any close above here, you will see the yen crashing another 50%, and Japan is gonna be Venezuela. Yeah, definitely. Let me see. Use an exercise. Okay, I want to see 6 months. Oh my God, this is bullish. This is bullish. I am very bullish here. I hate it. I had to be bullish here. Oh my God. You see? Obvious. Even my system, you can use it in yearly time frames. Look at this. Beautiful bullish divergence here, right? Bullish divergence here. From the low of 95 and the low of 2013. And after that, a buy signal here in 2014-15. And after that, as you can see here, we have continuation. We're actually using volume profile. The last resistance is 164 potentially here, but after that there is nothing here. It's nothing here. This thing is gonna just skyrocket here to 200. Oh my God. In real life, you go outside in the streets in Japan and you will see 90% of people, they are super old, like late 70s. Seriously. Japan is so different like other countries. We have so many old people here. You will see many old women here having many dogs, like they are dressing the dogs like kids, like babies, They are buying even cakes. We have restaurants where Japanese girls, they take the dogs and feed them like they are babies in the restaurant. That's insane. For me, what the fuck? Sorry, my language, but for me it was like, oh my God, this country, I respect the country, I love the country, right? But yeah, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's actually dangerous, right? Yeah. One day I will share my experience when I was living in Korea, right? Okay. Now let's continue. Let's continue with USD PLN. Okay. I'm gonna check that one. The currencies PLN. I told you before here. I think 1-day chart. 1-day chart. We have well, you need to wait technically because right now here in 1-day chart in this currency we see it's actually just resistance here and support. That's all, right? Buy support, and sell resistance. That's all. It's just sideways here. Potentially at this time we could see a new low here. Well, not a low, like tested maybe a little bit here, lower here, maybe around 3.60. 3.60 for me is actually an obvious entry point. If you are thinking to open shorts, no. You need to wait for the long position here around 3.58, 0.60, and looking for maybe 3.65. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna continue with the educational content. Yeah. This is actually the next 5 minutes is gonna be about volume profile. Okay, so pay attention, please, because this is gonna be interesting. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna use the classic volume profile here because, well, this is the most obvious volume profile. This is actually the most common. Sorry, this one. First of all, what is volume profile? In the big picture is the quantity of transactions in some regions in the price where actually traders, they were more active, sellers and buyers, right? For example, here, a lot of activity here, as you can see here, and here as well, and here as well, right? We have a lot of activity. So we use it as a resistance support, right? And also the way how I use it is a little bit different because you see many YouTubers, they use this thing kind of things as, okay, here in this rectangle is a resistance. If here in this area is a support. But the problem with this is this. Let me show you. It depends of the time or how many data all the time you're using, the volume profile is going to change. So that's why for many traders it's very confusing. How I can use it always is changing. Well, let me show you something. How I use it. For example, in 1-day chart, okay? In 1-day chart. First of all, I need to understand like, okay, in 1-day chart is for maybe 10 days. 10 days, okay, perfect. I am trading this area, okay. So I need to identify first where is the highest point of this, my range. For example, the range I am trading in 1-day chart is this is the bottom and this is the high, right? Okay, so I need to go to the past. For example, is this one? I need to go to the past and I need to find where in this area, why this area support, why Bitcoin is bouncing here. It's from here. You see, we have confluence here. So this is my starting point. So what I can do here is I can just go here and set the time around here. You see, because this was support. As you can see, Bitcoin is bouncing, and now volume profile is gonna show me the volume in this time frame, in this time, all of this time. Okay, it's a massive box. Okay, now this is the way how you can do that with a visible range volume profile, or you can use something else. Let me show you. Let me show you here. We can use here the fixed range volume profile. You can use the low is here, the top is here, and you wait. And as you can see here, now we have the volume profile here. Now, the way how I use it is very simple. First of all, you will find maybe in many videos in YouTube, the biggest area of support is the area of support or resistance is usually the biggest area of when you have the bar here, the biggest one, right? And actually it's quite kind of true, but in real life, I like to think about these kind of bars as area of confluence where the price is going to be in sideways. Let me show you this example. When the price was here and went all the way up here, when it tested this area, as you can see here, it was just in sideways, right? It was in sideways. But please watch closer what happened with the price. The price didn't stop here, you see? No. Where? In the lowest bar. You have this bell. It's kind of like a bell here. And you have a small one here. And you have another one here, right? And usually in the biggest area here is when the price is gonna be in sideways. But stop hunting. Remember, stop hunting, right? Shorts and longs. Usually, retail traders, they put the stop loss here. Or they short here, but they get stopped because why? Because they usually, traders, they do something like this. Let me show you. In the moment when they see the volume profile tested here, same as the ME55 I said before, let me show you. One moment. I'm gonna remove this. Come on. Okay. So in the moment when they see the price here, in the moment when they see the price here, they open a short position here, okay? And okay, this is resistance. I cannot see in the replay tool the volume profile here, but well, I wanted just to show you this part. But what happened after that? After maybe a couple hours or couple days, the price actually didn't stop here, went all the way up here, and after that ended crashing, you see? So how we can avoid this is very simple. Instead of thinking setting up here or placing your orders, short orders here because it's resistance, no, never do that. Here is not the resistance. The real resistance is not there. The real resistance is above the lowest bar after the biggest, this is the biggest area. This is the biggest area, right? And after that, the lowest bar is gonna be the resistance. This is the real resistance, and you can avoid stop hunting. It could be this one, or it could be this one, right? Never think in a line, always think in an area, yeah? So, what I do in real life is very simple. The volume profile is here, okay. I see the prices testing here, and I'm waiting for my setup to tell me, hey, it's time to sell. No, because we have ADX positive here. The momentum is very healthy. We have some signs of weakness in volume, right? But I will not enter in short. When I will enter in short is when finally I see the area of resistance, this area of resistance tested around here between 120 to 123, around this area, yeah? And finally, I can open a short position here, trying to anticipate the move, like potentially we could see a sell signal here because it's a delay. There is a delay. I'm talking about here price action, okay? Be careful here. With volume profile, you need to use price action, real-time data. So that's why if you are gonna enter in position, you must understand, most of the time you don't have, or you will not have a sell signal in that moment, because this one is gonna be printed after. It's a delay, there is a delay always. I'm talking about real price action, okay? So I set a stop loss here. I place a short, not exact. Let me do it properly here. One moment. Okay, so let me do it properly here. I'm gonna remove this one. The real resistance is this area, right? Around here, and I will open a short position, maybe around here. It's not exact, as you can see here, and from here I can just set a stop loss. Maybe in this case, because it's 1 day chart, it's not 1.5, right? We are looking for maybe at least 10-15%, right? It's 1 day chart, it's a swing position. You will have to be here in your position at least 1 week. So that's why I'm more flexible, maybe around 4%, 5%, right? Around here. And as you can see here, my stop loss is outside of the volume profile. As you can see here, it's outside, okay? And my target is very simple. It's gonna be, or I have two targets. The first one is gonna be the lowest point, well, after the biggest bar here, this one, yeah, is this area, another 2 bars. So this is actually the potential area of taking profits around here. But now we have some confluence, as you can see here. The confluence is, we enter in short here, and the ME55, where is ME55? Oh my God, oh wow, it's actually in this area, as you can see here, right? Where is support. So my short is gonna be here, and my take profit potentially is the ME55. The risk and reward is around actually very good, you see. Well, not very good because my stop loss is too much, around 1.5, 1.4, around there. We can fix it, maybe around 4%, I think, 3%, if I want to make it worth it. In my case, in 1 day chart, I like to play with around 4% stop loss, very low leverage. in 4-hour chart is on 1.5. But that is the way how I use volume profile. Now I'm gonna give you another example. Now imagine now we are looking at in this price action. Okay, in this price action, I'm gonna do the same thing. First of all, here I want to trade this range, right, from 120 to 100. 120. Okay, what happened with this? Okay, 120 and the low of 80. This is actually the short term. From the volume here is only from October until now. Okay, but I need more data. Okay, I need more data, so we have to come back here, and this is the long-term data here from April to actually the high of October. So this is my long-term volume profile, and this is my short-term volume profile. Okay, my long-term volume profile is telling me, okay, the support, the biggest part is here, but this is not support, right? This is not support. If we apply the rule, is the following bar, like if they are smaller, they are my support here. I have two supports, two areas. So this one is my area of support, you see? And the resistance, all of this area, potentially, there is no volume here, there is no volume here, there is no volume here. And where is actually the next resistance? Is not this one. Is actually above there, you see? Is here, around 97, 95 to 98, potentially 100K. This is the resistance, yeah? So the mindset should be different. When you see the bar, the biggest one is confluence sideways, okay? And it depends on the trend. The next smaller bars, they are support or resistance, okay? So why I was looking for $80,000 when I said that here in my live stream is because of this. Because I was looking for actually the two bars here, two bars area, and plus not just only that. In weekly chart, the MA55, MA100 was $84,000. So I saw confluence there. That's why I opened, and I actually still in long position at $82,000. I am here in weekly chart. I am here in long position exactly at $82,000. Why I'm here? Because, well, it's not exact. Remember, it's an area. What I did in real world scenarios, is I opened from $84,000. I opened multiple orders, 84, 83, 82, 81, and that's all. All of them got filled, and after that, I am still in profit here in weekly chart. And my target, of course, is the MA55 around $99,000. Okay, so and as you can see here, we have here in 1-day chart, we got this opportunity to buy here, potentially here, and the target is this area. The next area of resistance is around here, 98 and 95, and the second target, if you are very greedy, is the point of control here, around $115,000. Okay, in my case, I am more realistic with my expectations because I have my seasonal trading, right? As you can see here, I bought this in support, looking for a potential buy signal here. We got the confirmation exactly at $85,000, and after that, it's still in progress. Potentially, we could see 88, 98, 90, 97. In the moment when I see the sell signal here, my target, if the price is here and I see a sell signal here, I will just take profits. Okay, that is the way how I use volume profile. Short term. Now let me explain the short term volume profile here. Now, if we go here, this is actually the price action is happening between October and December, 2 months price action. And as you can see here, we have kind of the similar thing. This area here, there is no volume. This is actually the bell here. This is the bell, and here, this area, the small area here, is when we don't have actually we don't have volume here, and the MA55 is coming here in 1-day chart. So in some point, maybe next week, sorry, in a few days, the MA55 is going to be here. So that's why for me, this area in the short term also is looking like a potential resistance. And plus, in the long term, volume profile is looking also as a long-term resistance as well. And as you can see here, same thing. We have another bell here, another bell, and the highest point here is this one around $110,000, and the next one you see the smallest is around 115. If we see the long-term volume profile here is area of confluence here. You see area of confluence here, so that's why it makes sense potentially. Actually, this area between $115,000-$120,000 should be a long-term resistance. You see? Now we can apply the same principles in weekly chart. Let me show you here. Weekly chart, yeah, I'm talking about for investors, right? Investors. For example, right now, potentially we could enter in a bear market, right? Potentially. We don't have the confirmation, right? But what we can do here as investors, right? As investors, is we can set, okay, where is actually how we can do this? Okay, Bitcoin is an uptrend here. We have price action. We need to understand something. From this area, there is nothing. There is nothing. This is empty space, right? So this is telling me, by definition, there is no confluence, there is no support, and that's why Bitcoin just crashed in only 1 month, 35%, because we don't have anything here in the past to support the price. Where is actually the real value, or the real, or maybe the fair price of Bitcoin should be in this block, in this area. Why? Because we have confluence in the past. Okay, so what we are going to do here is, well, how I do that is, okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to, from this point, the low of 2022 to the top of 2074 here, around here, where we have confluence. And as you can see here, this is potentially, if we see Bitcoin below 75K, right? The fair price for Bitcoin using volume profile, as you can see here, we don't have volume, and we have, finally here, we have this bell, right? We have this one. So the first area to buy potentially Bitcoin as investor, it could be around here, around $45,000-$50,000, around here. As you can see here, there is nothing here to defend Bitcoin, right? There is nothing here to defend. There is no like this bell. And the next one should be this one, right? Well, from here, from this area to the first potential support is around 65%. 65% around here. Here, 65%. And now the second area is around here, around 30K. And the last one, of course, I think that is not going to happen, to be honest. I think we will never see Bitcoin at 20K again, is this one. Okay, now the second step, we need to find confluence, right? We have to go to the monthly, and we need to search confluence. Okay, the MA55 monthly, in the monthly is here, right? But we know there is no volume here. There is a very high probability when you see Bitcoin testing the MA55, it could be broken again, same as 2022. But where we have actually this bell is actually in the MA100. Looks like, based on, of course, volume profile, looks like the new support for Bitcoin is going to be the MA100, where we have here potentially the fair price is going to be around $47,000 or $50,000, as you can see here. You see, that is the way how you can do that. Now, also, I am using just historical data. The reason why I put the volume profile like this is because we don't have more data here, right? But also you can say, oh well, I want to do it like this, from the bottom here to the top here, and let me show you. Now you will see all of this data as well, but this data here is only from December 2024, 1 year price action. You see, That is something I need you to understand. The data you see here, all of this data here, is from only just 1 year price action. If we are looking for actually potential supports and resistance, we need to split our volume profiles in long-term volume profile and short-term volume profile. So this one, this guy here, is the short-term volume profile. Short-term, 1 year price action. And this guy here is around 3 years volume profile. Here, you see? This guy, this section is 3 years. So that's why sometimes volume profile is a little bit confusing. That's why I don't like to do that. So let me show you here. Here, this is the long-term volume profile. What I like to do here is from this bottom to the top here, I have finally the volume profile of 1 year and the volume profile of 3 years. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. You see? That is the difference. It depends on your expectations. You are looking for a bear market. Well, this is actually the volume profile we have to see. Yeah, long term. And you are looking for a bull market like continuation. Well, makes sense to start looking for this. Okay. So, okay. Now the last phase of this, I'm gonna tell you how I use it in my previous trade. Let me show you why I said to you, I said to you, hey, $84,000, $83,000 is the last support of Bitcoin. Why? If we follow classic technical analysis, you will have here a higher low, right? No, lower high, right? Lower high, and lower high. And after classic technical analysis is going to tell you, oh, well, we have this trend line here, right? And it's broken. We are in downtrend, right? Wrong. Totally wrong. Don't do that, please. That doesn't work in real life. Real traders don't do these kind of things, okay? It's very good in theory, but it's not real. Please stop watching YouTubers. You see these kind of things, okay? No. How you can do that with volume? How we can solve this problem? Okay. Instead of thinking in lines, instead of thinking in shapes, triangles, rectangles, rainbows, we have to think about time, volume, and stop thinking about patterns, triangles, rectangles, okay? What we are going to do here is very simple. Okay. First of all, I'm trading 4-hour chart. Okay, my 4-hour chart is just only 1 month. 1 month data is enough. So let's do this. I'm gonna just, my volume profile, the bottom is here. As you can see here, $80,000, and the top is around here. Yeah, around in November 11. Okay, and as you can see here, we need to identify first step. Where are the bells? Where this one is very small here, and also we have another one is this, and we have a small one, maybe the last one is this, very, very small, right? Like this, and we have these small gaps here, small gaps here, right? So in the short term, we need to draw where is our supports. Okay, this is the biggest one, so this is the area of support according to volume. And this is resistance according to the end of this is resistance according to volume profile. And here is the last resistance here, right? Now, this is short-term volume profile since only just 1 month. Now, we need confirmation. We need actually a long-term volume profile. Okay, now let's repeat the same process, but now from the top in October 2025. Yep. So we can go here and just again from the bottom here. We can do it here. If we just from this direction, from October 2025 to November is another month. No, we want more data, right? So let's go back here, more. And let's see if we can find confluence. Yes, exactly. Now we can go here. Now we have more data for April 2025. And as you can see here, now we have very, very short-term volume profile here. Very, very short-term. And we have long-term volume profile. And as you can see here, in the long-term volume profile, we have the region of 83 and 82, and also we have here two potential areas in the long term, right? This area, and also this area. And of course it's not exact, but in the long term you can say, okay, if Bitcoin tests again the new lows around $80,000, it could be a potential buy opportunity. And also if Bitcoin is around $85,000, it should be another area of support. You see, let me change the color here. I'm gonna change maybe to green. I think is better. We have two areas of support in the long term since April 2025. Let me show you here. Yeah. So now I come back here and I said, okay, got it. In the short term, Bitcoin in the long term is the support. Okay, that's why we saw this small bounce, and in the short term, this also support. So from 87 to 84, it should be the area of support. One way you can solve it, because you cannot enter, you want to enter in long, but you don't know exactly. You can just set small orders in this region. Yeah, I like to do this, something like this. A small order here, limit orders, and also your stop loss. When finally everything is filled, you can set your stop loss something like this. For example, your average price is maybe $84,500. You can just set it is 4-hour chart. Usually I like to use 1.5. Is below the volume profile, as you can see here. You see, something like this. So you buy here, and the only thing you have to do is just set your stop loss and wait for the result, because that is something we cannot predict. So the next area of resistance based on volume is this one, because all of this is support. The area of resistance is this one in the short term, but we already know $97,000, 95 is the also long-term resistance. Remember what I said to you before. All of this area, 95 to 97, 98 around here, also is resistance in the long term. So when you see confluence, short-term volume in the short term and in the long term, they have confluence in the same region, is when finally you found your support or resistance based on volume. Okay. So that's the way how I use volume profile. Yeah, I know it's a bit complex, but believe me, when you finally learn how to use it, it's very powerful. In my previous long position here, I opened a long position here. I posted you are actually in my Discord, in my private Discord. Also, you can see it in my website, in my public journal. I posted. I was in long position around $84,000, 800 around here, and Bitcoin just tested 84. I don't care because my stop loss was below the volume profile around this area, right? And well, after that, nice bounce. You see, that is the way how you can identify volume with volume, resistance and support. Okay, guys, I think that's all for today. Recap for Bitcoin. Let me show you here what we can expect for Bitcoin right now. Let me show you. Oh, well, in the next lecture, I'm going to explain this indicator. It's free, it's open source. You can actually use it. Actually, it's very good. I really like it. I will tell you why. But well, next time. Right now here, as you can see, Bitcoin is above the MA100, MA55. Looking for a breakout because we are potentially in an ABC bounce, A, B, and C, where the C should be the strongest. So that means today and tomorrow Bitcoin must keep pumping. Of course, it's a theory, right? Elevate theory, right? So that's why we have to be careful risk management, right? Where we use the principles of volume profile. This is not resistance. Here is actually the real resistance, right? Real resistance is around here, 97, 98. And next step, we need to find confluence. If we go to higher time frames, well, okay, maybe in a couple days, potentially Bitcoin, the MA55 will be around here, $98,000, $97,000. Okay. Okay, guys, that's all. That's all. Let me see just the comments. First of all, 1 year of pullback is well needed. Oh yeah, definitely yes. At least 6 months. 6 months minimum is required actually for me for Bitcoin. Let me see. Do we need to monitor also when place a short position because there will be high probability upward price movement? Want to know where? I don't use fib levels. I don't use fib levels. I used fib levels long time ago because LOA traders, they love Fibonacci levels. But I used Fibonacci levels for 3 years with LOA theory. But my conclusion is everything came from my imagination. Yeah, because you have, I don't know, you have experience with LOA theory, but you have many counts like 1, 2, 3, ABC correction, X, Y, G, C, whatever combo. It's so confusing, so complicated. It's like over engineering. So that's why, and also it's a theory, right? They try to become kind of Nostradamus, predict the price. And that's why I did it. I went very deep into Fibonacci levels and LOA theory. And it didn't work for me. That's why I stopped it. I don't want to say like I don't mean to say I'm trying to say like it's bad. Just it didn't work for me. Okay. About let's continue. I mean using field levels when they are potentially hitting ATA. The only way for me makes sense to use fib levels is when is in new all-time high. For example, here, let me show you here. We don't have volume profile, right? We don't have confluence. So how we can maybe calculate or try to predict the price? We use extension levels in Fibonacci. Let me show you here. Extension levels here. For example, here from the bottom of 2018 to the top of 2021 and the bottom of 2022. Now, you can play Fibonacci levels where 1.618 is usually the area to take profits in a way number C. So let me show you where is this level is around here. And well, algo traders, they use this kind of levels to actually take profits. And as you can see here, we have exactly, Bitcoin hit exactly 1.618 level, $123,000. Surprisingly accurate, as you can see here. And of course, algo traders, right? They sold everything here. Now, technically speaking, the next area of pullback, of course, following this, we are looking for retracements. So I went deep, seriously. I know very well about fib levels because I used this thing long time. It works sometimes, but most of the time, the win rate was not very good. That's why I stopped it. I stopped using it. But for example, for retracements, thinking, first of all, you have to be 100% sure this is the top of the movement. So what you can do is just from the bottom to the top. And as you can see here, usually the bottom of the area to buy is around the 618. Usually here around 60K. And as you can see right now here, this area confluence is where the AMA55 is here. And also some traders, they like to buy the 3.82. And as you can see right now, using Fibonacci levels, Bitcoin is defending the 3.82. Yeah, algo trading, whatever traders, they use this thing. Yes. As I said before, it didn't work for me because it's more about imagination. It's more about guessing, like you are hoping for the price to bounce more than, how can I say, like based on probabilities. At least for me, just hoping when you see the price testing this line, is more about hoping than actually probabilities. That's why I don't like it. If I'm gonna put money here, I will put money here if I know based on probabilities I have 60% win rate. 60% of probabilities actually I can make some money, right? So that's why. Okay, so that's why I didn't use it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a very good day. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if actually Bitcoin this week, only this week, We have this nice bounce here to $97,000, 98. And from here, I can tell you right now, it's gonna be a bull trap because very simple. We don't have enough time. Well, Bitcoin doesn't have enough time, and potentially we could see a sell signal here. And this is gonna be just a bounce to what? To keep falling, right? Keep falling, yeah, something like this. Potentially other test to maybe 87, 85 potentially in the future. Let's see. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and see you in the next live stream.